This is the Munbyn FM226, and the company claims it'll change how you label everything, from small business packaging to organizing your home. After using it for a few weeks, I found some things they don't tell you in the ads, and one of them could make or break it depending on how you plan to use it. So, is it worth your hard-earned cash? Stick around because I'm diving deep into what this label printer really delivers. Munbyn FM226 Printer Product Overview. So, what exactly are we looking at? The Munbyn FM226 is a portable Bluetooth thermal label maker, also called a fun maker in some corners, made by Munbyn. Released around late 2024 to early 2025, it's aimed at folks who need decent quality labels without lugging around something industrial. Think crafters, small business owners making product labels, home organizers, or even folks doing light barcode QR printing. At its core, it promises convenience, wireless operation, a good battery life, and compatibility with various label sizes. Price hovers around $70 to $80, depending on deals. Munbyn FM226 Printer Performance. So, here's the thing about performance. Specs are one thing, but real life is another. In daily use, the FM226 is snappy enough for most label tasks. I printed labels for kitchen jars, product stickers, QR codes, and even made batches for shipping tags. The Bluetooth pairing was mostly solid with both iOS and Android. The print speed isn't hair-raising, but in everyday terms, labels here, there, it doesn't drag. Battery life holds up pretty well. You get about 8 hours of continuous use from the built-in 2000 mAh battery before it starts crying for a charge. Charging is relatively quick, a couple of hours, so overnight top-ups work fine. The output quality surprised me. Clear, fairly crisp, especially for a 203 dpi thermal printer. It won't fool you into thinking you're printing photos, but for logos, text, barcodes, it looks sharp enough. One catch, it struggles a bit on very glossy or reflective label media. Contrast sometimes suffers. And the app, while usable, introduces lag when rendering lots of graphics, icons, border effects. So it's practical, but treat it gently. Features and tech. Let's talk about what makes this thing stand out, and also what you get in trade-offs. Resolution and print clarity, 203 dpi. The FM226 prints at 203 dots per inch. That's not ultra high, but it's enough that text is legible, edges fairly clean, and barcodes and QR codes scan well. If you're labeling from across the room or have tiny fonts, you'll notice the limits, but for almost everything else, it's more than good enough. Versatile label sizes and non-proprietary rolls. It supports label widths from about 0.78 inches up to 2 inches and paper widths up to about 2.28 inches for receipt-type media. You won't be locked into some weird special roll just for this printer. That flexibility matters if you already have labels laying around or want more choices. Battery and portability. As mentioned, the 2000 mAh battery delivers about 8 hours of continuous use. Combine that with Bluetooth and a compact handheld design, and you can literally take this printer to craft fairs, move around your garage or shop, or just carry it in your bag without needing a power outlet. Big plus. Design and build. Aesthetics, Munbyn went for a clean, kind of minimalist look. White plastic, smooth curves. It feels lighter than many full-size label makers, and holding it in your hand, it's reasonably compact. The buttons are touch-sensitive or soft touch, and there are indicator lights for power, charging, Bluetooth status. The roll loading mechanism is simple and intuitive. On the flip side, the finish is mostly plastic, so you feel is less rugged. If you drop it or knock it in a workshop environment, you might see damage. So it's practical, but treat it gently. Pros. Very good print quality for its price. Sharp enough for logos, text, even barcodes. Solid battery life and portability. Useful when you're not tethered to a desk or outlet. Flexible label compatibility. Sizes, shapes, non-proprietary rolls. Decent value. At around $70, $80, you're getting features that used to cost more. Cons. The app needs refinement. Lag with graphics, no auto-roll size detection. On very shiny or reflective label materials, contrast suffers. And build is lightweight. Good for portability, less so for rough usage. Final verdict. So who is this for, and is it worth the money? Look, if you're someone who labels things occasionally or regularly, crafts, small shop, organizing supplies, maybe shipping small boxes, and you don't need industrial speed or ultra-high precision, the FM226 is a compelling pick. It gives you excellent clarity for its class, a battery that lasts, and you can use a variety of labels. It's particularly good if you move around a lot or need labeling on the go. On the other hand, if you need very large batches, hundreds of labels every day, or super fine detail